expert for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
And in with me right now, I've got Melissa Shaw and William Bradley from the Yuba County Health and Human Services. How are we doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
I'm doing great. I'm so glad you guys are in here. We're going to be talking a little bit about your, what is it, Public Safety Day? What are you calling that day?
Yeah, it's Public Health Safety Day.
Public Health Safety Day. But before we start that, let's get to know you guys a little bit. Melissa, let's start off with you. Where'd you grow up? How'd you get into doing stuff, and how'd you get into Yuba County Health and Human Services?
Sure. I'm Melissa Shaw. I'm a program manager in public health at Health and Human Services of Yuba County. I moved to this area in the 90s. I'm an Air Force brat and have been here ever since and love the Yuba Sutter area.
Yeah, it seems like, there's so many people that come to Beale and then they just stay here. Mm-hmm. So is that what your family did? Did your parents move on or anything like that, or did you just stay and everybody else moved on?
So actually, my grandpa worked at Beale Air Force Base in the Education Center. So my grandparents are still here. Uh-huh. My mom is still here. It's just a very nice centralized location.
Yeah, it's just what you love. And so how did you get into Health and Human Services, and how long you been there?
I've been in Health and Human Services for about 16 years, and I started in public health as a health education specialist, and I was attracted to the idea of having the opportunity to be out in the community and do events and not being married to a desk and providing helpful information to just help families and individuals.
Yeah. Well, what about you?
I'm a recent graduate from Sac State, and I moved to Lincoln, a little closer to Yuba area from the Auburn area of Placer. And I just have kind of a penchant for this kind of work that I'm doing now with Health and Human Services, serving a community, and fits the bill for my study.
So you came down from the foothills.
Oh, yeah,
from all the trees and into the valley. Did you just go, where did all the trees go?
I'm still getting used to it. The heat, I haven't done a summer yet in Lincoln, and I'm kind of dreading it a little bit. But
oh, it's fine. You'll be fine.
No more wildfires for me. No more evacuation in my area, at least, which is nice.
Yeah. So we've got Public Health and Safety Day coming up here. It's this Saturday, correct?
Yep.
And tell us about it. What's going to be happening, and tell us how this event is going to go.
Yeah, so it's National Public Health Week, and we wanted to kind of commemorate that occasion with this Public Health is Where You Are campaign that we're working with, and this event is completely informed by that little tagline. So we have 6 different stations, and it's kind of walking people through the different services that public health provides to the public. So no matter where you are, there is something that we provide that is related to your health and wellness. So those stations include on the road, so car seat checkups and bike helmet checkups for kids. At the river, water safety, life jackets, heat safety, because heat stroke is a real thing that a lot of people tend to ignore, unfortunately. We have in the bedroom, which has some stuff about breastfeeding information and SIDS information. We also have in the kitchen just a lot of dietary stuff.
Okay.
And in the bathroom, which is mostly focused on oral health.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good.
And at each station, there are really fun activities to engage children and families. Will had touched on how the heat can affect you. So in the kitchen has a hydration station.
Right.
We've all over the last few years have heard about the importance of hand washing. So in the bathroom, we'll have fun exercises for kids on the importance of hand washing.
Are you guys going to have a competition of which kid can brush their teeth the longest? Because I know in my house, it's who can brush their teeth the shortest.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're doing that game, but we do have a bunch of other games. A few other games for the kids, and then we have a lot of little incentives and bags full of little resources, and among all the information packets and stuff, there's some really good stuff for them to be able to take home and use oral health kits and, infusion water bottles for that hydration, stuff like
Right.
that, among many other things.
So, I mean, this is Public Health and Safety Week, and we're talking about the public health. And usually when we think about the public health, we think of, just general things, not like your personal health as
You
well.
think about like communicable
Commu-
disease
yeah.
or, stuff like that. But yeah, the umbrella of public health is like much wider than a lot of people realize, which I think is what's so cool about the safety day, is it's focusing on something that a lot of people like don't understand that public health is concerned with.
Yeah.
Because the focus of this is so much more than just, sickness.
I'm not going to lie. When I hear the word safety day, I think of people trying to just wrap you in bubble wrap and keep you protected from everything in the outside world. So,
I think the idea behind the event is to promote individual health and wellness.
individual health. I like that. Individual health and wellness. I like that you guys talked a lot about being hydrated and, keeping yourself, because a lot of times, not only do you just feel, if you're not hydrated, you're more prone to like heat exhaustion and heat stroke, things like that. But also just your gut health and your internal health, if you're not drinking the proper fluids or getting enough fluids in your body. So
Especially during allergy season, too.
yeah, exactly. That's the worst. So you guys also talked about at the river, how you can be safe on the water, and we're coming up. I mean, it's going to be 90 degrees today, so people are like, we're
it's river
we're
time.
getting ready to go to the river, going to the lakes, getting in the water. And so what are some of the statistics about, do you guys have those on hand about water safety and what goes on in our waterways?
One of the things that I know about this area is the undercurrents in the river can be quite dangerous, and the river can look very calm on the surface, and that look can be deceiving because underneath there can be a very strong undercurrent that even an Olympic swimmer could get swept away in. So water safety and wearing the proper life jacket is extremely important, and life jackets go by weight, so it's important to know your weight and get the appropriate life jacket for your body.
Yeah, and so, a lot of people think, oh, I'm a great swimmer, I don't need a life jacket, I can swim for miles. And so having that understanding that it's not just about because you can swim for miles, but also being safe, that the undertow can really grab you and pull you for a very long time.
And cause you to exert more energy than swimming in a pool.
Yeah, and so we're talking also, one of the stations was being car safety. And you touched a little bit about car seats.
Yeah.
Is there other things you're going to touch on, like maybe distracted driving, other things like that, or what else is going on for that?
I think we have information about distracted driving. It is one of the days this week was a distracted driving awareness campaign I saw pushed out by some other counties. And I do believe that there is information about that. But the main focus is car seat checkups, making sure that people have their car seats fitted correctly. And if it's an old or outdated car seat, we will help fit a new one.
Okay.
And then also focusing on bike and pedestrian safety. So reflective, materials and helmets and that kind of thing.
Right.
There is so much more that goes into installing a car seat that maybe one would think when they just buy a car seat. So to have the opportunity to come to an event where a certified car seat technician can evaluate the installation and possibly make it a little bit safer and talk about where the latching clips need to be is a benefit I'm very excited about that is being offered at this event.
Yeah, being a father of 4 kids, I know all about all those car seats and how much of a struggle. Sometimes you feel like you're not only just like the car seat itself and strapping the kid in, but the car seat base and making sure that's secure in the car and things. You feel like you're attaching 80 different things and making sure everything's strapped down tight. And
and depending on the age of the child, the car seat has to be at a certain angle.
Right.
And this event will have a certified car seat technician to evaluate that.
I had no idea you needed a whole certification to work one of those things. But yeah, no, it's a good benefit.
And similar to life jackets, it's the same with bike helmets. They only work if they fit you. Bike
Right.
helmets come in different sizes, and there are tricks to ensure that the bike helmet fits you properly. And the staff at this event know those tricks and can help provide guidance so parents, aunts, uncles, anyone can make sure that children riding around wearing a bike helmet have one that fits them properly so it does what it's intended to do.
Exactly, and it's also good to remember that the styrofoam in those helmets, it breaks down.
Yeah.
So if you've got a bike helmet that's 20 years old,
Yeah,
it's not good anymore.
Agreed.
It's broken down, and it won't do what it's supposed to do in order to protect you. So
Right.
Kind of similar to a car seat, a bike helmet is only good for one hard impact.
Right.
Just like a car seat is only good for one crash where it's impacted.
Right. And that's a good thing to think about is, especially with car seats, people don't think about just impact. They think, oh, we got in a wreck. Okay, now I got to transfer the car seat. But really, you need to get a whole new car seat. For-
And most insurance companies have an insurance agent who knows the appropriate questions to go through with you to find out if you need a new car seat or not.
Right.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about also, you're talking about the things at Health and Human Services. What are some of the services that you guys can provide for families that they might not think about?
Oh my goodness. So
Oh, did I
Good
just
question.
open the can of worms?
Good
So-
question.
that's one of my favorite things about Health and Human Services, the variety of programs offered to serve the whole community. So if you are in need of food stamps or Medi-Cal, you could go to 5730 Packard Avenue, and you can do it online too, and apply for food stamps or Medi-Cal. Veteran Services is located at Health and Human Services, Public Health, Child and Adult Protective Services, Employment Services. I love employment services. If a family is in need of some cash aid and they are income eligible, they can get CalWorks is what it's called in California, and they have job readiness classes and programs to help parents or the caretakers get the training they need to get income to make more money off aid than on aid.
Do you guys also help with so somebody, say they lose their job and they want to go back to school and get their degree and can't quite figure out how to get that process done and to get the financial aid that they need? Do you guys also help with those types of things as well, or?
In the CalWorks program, they absolutely can assist with that and do warm handoffs to the appropriate organizations to help the individual walk through the process. Absolutely. Let's say they're not CalWorks, but they need information such as that. The philosophy of Health and Human Services is that nobody leaves empty-handed.
Okay.
So we can certainly, if somebody came there as a starting point with a question, give them an appropriate contact number where they will get assistance on the other end of the phone.
So if somebody's feeling kind of lost, they can always come to the Health and Human Services and get steered in the right direction of the
Sure.
things that they need.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
Public services that they need to tap into, maybe even just trying to find the right number to contact for certain things.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that's always a hard thing is, who do I contact about this?
Sure, the starting point, the jumping off point, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we talked about, at Health and Human Services, we talked about hydrate, what my kids always like to say, hydrate or dihydrate. One of the, staying healthy, those types of things. What other things at this event are we going to have that are engaging type things?
Yeah, we have I think we're doing like a little cakewalk style thing, or like a what do you call that? Musical chairs,
Right.
Sort of deal. So that there's games. I think there's a spin the wheel game and a beanbag toss. That's what it's called.
So what are going to be the focus of these games and what you do with them?
So the beanbag toss will be kind of our way to count how many people check in, but it'll be a
Gotcha.
good initiation for the whole thing and get the kids interested in going through the different stations. And yeah, the cakewalk thing will they'll win a little step stool for their little bathroom so they can brush their teeth at the sink. yeah, there's like an incentive, I think, with each of these, but they're all tied to one of the different, ways that health or public health is where you are. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And fun activities. Each station does not have somebody lecturing. Each station
Right.
has fun, dynamic, engaging activities for the kids to do. The beanbag toss that is there has been at events before, and kids just line up to throw those
love it.
beanbags through the
Right.
hole.
Who doesn't love a beanbag toss?
Right.
I mean, they've made a professional game out of
That's
it, right?
right.
Called cornhole. So
Yes. Yeah.
everybody loves a good beanbag toss.
Yes.
So the hope is that it keeps. It's mostly kind of tied to young families.
Right.
That's the focus. So the hope is that they'll stay entertained the whole time. We have a little mascot going. Our Dandy the Smokeless Dragon mascot.
Oh, yeah.
And it should be a lot of fun. We might have maybe one of the local fire departments come out with an engine as well for the kids to see.
Well,
stuff
that
like
sounds exciting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's lots of things happening, lots of things to do, lots of games to play,
Yeah.
and then lots of information to take in,
Right. Yeah, and lots of resources to take home.
and lots of
Lots
resources.
of good incentives.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Melissa, thank you guys so much for coming in. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we end this interview?
That's all I had.
I just drained it all out of you.
Yeah. Yes.
So Safety Day is this Saturday, April 9th from 11 to 2 at the Health and Human Services parking lot, which is located at 5730 Packard Avenue. And we're really excited to see everybody there.
And if anybody needs more information about the Health and Human Services, how do they get in contact with you guys?
They can start by calling Health and Human Services and ask for the Public Health Division or the Communications and Engagement Team, and we'll be able to give them that information.
Okay. And
And
what's the phone number there?
530-749-6311.
All right. Melissa, Will, thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
This community interview is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw & Associates. For over 65 years, Shaw & Associates has been your trusted local expert for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.